Today in Frozen news, the director Jennifer Lee is apologizing for Let It Go. So if you've been hearing the song on repeat, especially if you're a parent, she wants to say that she is sorry for that, probably because we've heard it way too much, but I still think it's a good song.
Yeah, for sure. It's still one of my karaoke staples, so.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I heard it the other day in the mall, and I was like, oh my God, Let It Go. Even my boyfriend's like, oh, it's that song you like. I'm like, yes, I like this song a lot.
But none of us have children.
Yeah, if you talk to my friends who have kids or work with children in some capacity, they are donezo with this song, and I get it. And it's the same thing on the YouTube sphere, too. Like, so many parodies have come out, or
I don't watch
covers.
the parodies.
Yeah.
Nobody can match Adina.
It's true. Adele Dazeem.
Or her.
Yeah.
But what's funny is we have this moment where we see creators apologizing. So we have Jennifer Lee. She's not necessarily the creator, but she's the director of Frozen, saying sorry for Let It Go. We also have J.J. Abrams apologizing for too much lens flare, which many people have complained about. And recently, even though he's not the creator, he's just an integral role, Viggo Mortensen said that, well, he called the Lord of the Rings trilogy sloppy. And then also, we didn't talk about this beforehand, J.K. Rowling has gone back on what she's written many times. Oh, I shouldn't have put Ron and Hermione together. Yeah. I shouldn't have killed this guy. I shouldn't have killed that guy, you know, thinking about things in retrospect, which is a really interesting thing to see a creator or an author or someone creative in this role doing.
So I think it's interesting to see that because you almost have creators now retconning their own stories, and I don't necessarily agree with that nature. It's like, okay, JJ apologizing for his lens flare. I appreciate that you recognize that, sir, and that you're willing to.
I mean, how could he not?
Yeah, and like maybe pull back. We've got Star Wars coming out. We don't need to have every lightsaber like bursting with lens flare, especially the new cross saber.
Yeah,
it's gonna get a little intense.
It would be fun.
It would be fun.
It would be like a disco.
Yeah.
But the other things, like, so I'm actually with Viggo here on Lord of the Rings. So I am not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan, book or film form, and I feel I actually kind of agree with him.
Killing him.
I know it's your life's blood. And now we had a heart attack on there. So I'm a huge fan of practical effects, and going back and having rewatched the original trilogy, it does not hold up.
Right.
And Viggo kind of, while he's not apologizing necessarily for the director, he makes some really good comparisons that, you know, yes, this helped launch his career in ways that he was never able to do the things he's doing now, but in many ways, like, when you're part of a film, when you're part of a franchise, you want to be really proud of it, and you want it to stand the test of time. So I think, you know, it's good for directors and creators to kind of maybe think before they do a lot of things.
Viggo is complaining about it being sloppy because they shot all 3 films at once and saying that, oh, we had to go back and we had to do reshoots and this would have been a straight-to-video movie had we not done this. And I'm like, okay, check your privilege, mister, because it wasn't a big thing. Like, fantasy hadn't seen the renaissance that it's enjoyed now. And so to film 3 huge epic films on the budget of 1, because that's all that they were given at the time, like, you're gonna have to go through and reshoot and retouch it because it did blow up. Yeah. And so to say that it was sloppy, like, I don't know if he was talking about the end product or the filming process itself, but like, you can't compare it to, like, if you were shooting in the US and if it wasn't at such a big scale that it was.
Yeah, I feel like it was more the process he's talking about. Because, I mean, it really was, like you said, something like this had not been done before, and they were really testing the waters. And now you see a lot of films shot in
this is like the one that kicked it off. It was nominated for all these Academy Awards. Yeah. People loved it. And it seems totally normal now to have like an epic fantasy sprawling. But back then, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, it wasn't really done.
Yeah.
But on the whole topic of creators apologizing, just own it.
Yeah.
I kind of have like this, it's like you made that decision in the moment. It was right in the moment. Why?
I disagree with you totally.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, because sometimes we have these creators, like, they're standing by things that they know are garbage. And it just, if I have an example. So if you go on YouTube and look for Bruce Willis talking about Hudson Hawk, he refuses to admit it's a terrible movie. And he makes up all these excuses, almost retconning, like, oh, we knew it was going to be funny. It's satire. Is it really satire? Is your bad saying satire? Do you know what satire is? Because that's not what it is. He, like, The Room did. You remember?
I was going to talk about that.
Pretended, oh, it was supposed to be that way. And he refusing to admit, yeah, I fucked up a little bit. Yeah. This is garbage.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I think there's a thing of saying like I messed up. We shouldn't have done this. But like I don't know. I kind of worry that this opens the doors for people to kind of go back and change things for good or bad. Because if let's take George Lucas for going in and changing Han's shot first.
Yep.
That completely ruined Star Wars. He shouldn't have done that. So I don't know. Maybe it's a case-by-case basis. Maybe we need to try.
Maybe it's not a black and white issue.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh. And I feel like, because the three of us are also creators, and like we can really empathize with something like this, because a lot of times you'll put something out into the world, and you'll be like, yes, this is great, this is fantastic, and then you get the feedback, and it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, it's just living in a world where you're creating things, like you're always going to be susceptible to that, and I think that there's 3 instances of different ways that you can take it. Like, yes, I'm sorry, it blew up, or I know I did this and that's bad, and this was sloppy, and I'm sad to be a part of it. Like, get out of here. But I think that there's a lot of room for interpretation when you're a creator and creating things, because they are your babies.
What do you think, audience? Should creators be apologizing or owning up to maybe missteps, or is it better to stand by your work? Let us know below in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe.